So, today we played The Blocking Dead. It's a very funny pun on that one zombie movie where everyone like, you know, kind of dies. So today I figured I'd get me and a few of my mates and would hop on to Hypixel.net and discover what on earth The Blocking Dead is. What is The Blocking Dead? I don't know. Why don't we find out? I genuinely couldn't believe it, but this Minecraft minigame has a blimmin' storyline. When you're in the lobby, you spawn inside of a plane as you are waiting for other players to join. Then the plane pulls a really not pog move and decides to decline really fast. Otherwise known as, literally plunging into the ground. Why is this, you may ask? Probably because I was piloting the plane. So basically, in The Blocking Dead, you crash land into a lovely, abandoned city. Why is the city abandoned? Did my atrocious plane driving seriously cause this much collateral damage? Regardless, you're thrown into a city, infected with zombies, and you have no choice but to take up arms and survive. Yeah, you heard me right, take up arms. Like pistols, knives, shotguns. You have to watch your ammo, watch your back, watch JK Mason videos, and find a way to survive for an exceptionally prolonged time. What is The Blocking Dead though? Well, I needed to find out for myself. So I made a lovely plan to play it. And stream it on Twitch. Follow my Twitch, by the way. In order to find out what on earth The Blocking Dead is like. When I spawned in, one of the first things I realised was, by golly, this game is blimmin' dark. I've turned up the brightness for this video, but here's what it looks like without it. It's watchable, but not particularly pleasant to watch, is it? I was able to encounter my mate Josh, and together we went to worship together. It was here we'd have to end up going against the 10 Commandments and murder things, just like that one Kingsman scene. I stepped out into a graveyard, got confused by the gates, then tried to deduce where my mates were, so we could all team up and form a super team! I reunited with Ryder inside said graveyard. We then took a little trip down to reunite with our other mate Shank. Yeah, not the weapon, like that's his actual name. We all congregated outside the church. Then after gunning down some zombies, we strolled down to Hypixel High to go finish our GCSEs. Or final exams. Or whatever the heck you all call those big exams overseas. It was here we needed to discuss that we were running low on food, ammo, and health packs. And even though I suggested cannibalism as a solution to our food issue, no one seemed particularly fond to pursue that solution. After forcing my Hypixel fried chicken onto a zombie, I lost a tad bit of health and whipped out a knife. Quick fact, knives are insta-kill. Then we pretty much just stayed at the school and shot things until rescue arrived. Psych! Rescue was only arriving at the scrapyard! And we were all at the school! So myself and my mates took a trip through the zombie-ridden city. We all followed my mate Josh around the city, as he for some reason has like a mental note of the entire map in his head or something. We arrived at the scrapyard with just a few seconds to spare, and here would be the hardest part of the game. We had to stay in this concentrated area for 3 minutes. If we left, we'd just be hit with some random blindness toxin. What? Where does this blindness toxin come from? Are the zombies slowly blinding us? Do the zombies slowly gorge out our eyes as well as our brains? Why not just make a wall of zombies impossible to break through, instead of just making us all blind for no apparent reason? We've already established that this game has a story, so why not stick with it? Why are we all being blinded? So all we needed to do was hold out, and we were doing a pretty good job at it. Until I decided to wander away from the rescue zone. I got hit by that blindness toxin I talked about. And then I got really confused. Died. And then crashed. What is The Blocking Dead? Confusing and blimmin' hard. But I longed for knowledge that would carry me to the dub. So in typical fashion, I joined another game. You all know the lore by now. We crashed into an abandoned city. But this time, I knew what I was doing. and I insisted on making it to the final round and winning the game. I arrived by the church again, went through the graveyard again, and had the bright idea of strolling into the police station. Because surely if anyone was going to help us against an entire zombie invasion, it would be the police. Psych, the police station, yeah, going there was a terrible blooming idea. The police station was full of narrow corridors of which I got cornered in and very confused in. The zombies weren't confused though, they knew where I were. They killed me and, well, you know, I died. Zombies want your brains. So I instilled a tactic of not using my brain as I went into round 3. This time I met with Ryder at the very, very beginning of the game. And very easily met with Stank at our next destination too. I decided to stroll into the bank because I have not got a history with banks at all. And I camped around all the chests present. Then left and played football. Sorry, is football still a sensitive topic? I apologise, joking. I don't care! Maybe basketball will tickle your fancy, as that's where I went to next, the gym. After hijacking the back of a school bus, nearly dying, and retreating back into said school, I waited until we were all alerted of where would be rescued. I also proceeded to rip off Mr. Beast. Yeah, guys, last one to leave the circle wins $10,000. Turns out, we needed to get to the church in order to be rescued. Not sure how that works. There isn't like a helipad or anything for them to land on, so who knows how we'd be getting rescued. We arrived and once again had to just commit so many atrocities and probably crimes in order to survive and be rescued. You know, the zombies weren't very coordinated. All they wanted was for all the players to die. So in natural fashion, I started insulting their lack of intelligence, and then ironically died because of it. I joined another game, determined to survive until I got rescued. I couldn't find anyone at spawn, so I decided to be independent and strolled down to the gas station instead. Or petrol station if you speak properly. It was here I made a revelation. Clothing exists! I slapped on some fresh crepes, or leather boots as you commoners call them, and then made my way back to the bank. I once again went into the bank with the intention of looting all of the chests present. But that didn't exactly happen, and all I ended up gaining was some pants. Ryder gave me a nice lovely shirt to cover myself up with too, so I was feeling pretty confident I'd survive the round. I ran down to the school and started just aimlessly shooting things until we were told where to go and get rescued. Just my luck, the place we had to escape to was the barn! A place, mind you, that was literally on the complete other side of the map to where I was. That didn't matter though. Call me an Olympic sprinter, because I definitely broke a world record with the pace that I was able to get to the barn with. Like all the previous games, we had to hold out in the barn. I was determined to win this game. All those failures, all of my preparation, all of those subscribers, thanks for 100 subscribers, all of those times zombies had eaten my brains, had built up to this moment, and it was glorious. After simping for a red-haired girl, I kept on shooting things, and then we got rescued. Our reward? Well, our reward was great. Just kidding, it's a literal room of weaponry, which I suppose is a reward to some people, but not to me. I'm British. I prefer knives. So, what is the Blocking Dead? It's pretty easy, if you don't try to be a hero like I did most of the time.